All right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is another exciting day because I actually bought a boat. As you guys saw by the thumbnail, it's a pontoon. It's all the way in Florida. I just did a 10-hour drive and there is the pontoon. So let's go ahead and check it out. Make sure it's gonna fit the trailer because I just got a trailer yesterday. We had to do some repairs on the trailer because it was a long drive. I don't want no blowouts, something like that. Let's go check out the trailer and then we'll check out the boat. All right, so here we have a trailer I bought used on the Facebook marketplace. So we didn't have a trailer with this boat when I picked this thing up. Only paid 2,500 bucks. Had to put brand new tires on it. Had to repack the bearings because those tires were dry rotted. Also, this is a 22 footer. So hopefully it's gonna fit. If not, it's adjustable. So all these bunks adjust. We got the center bunks. We got, actually this thing came with one axle with trailer brakes. So it's got the tongue that slides in and out, had the hydraulic brakes, which is good, helps it out. But let's go ahead and check out the boat. All right, so it is a 2019 Veranda boat. And I actually don't know the size of it, but the outside is looking pretty good. It's got a couple scuffs right there. This is insurance selling it. It was minor dents and scratches, so hopefully everything is good. But let's go ahead and get the tape measure and actually measure it out because there's no model number. I tried to Google it by the VIN, couldn't really find anything. So let's go just at least measure it out, see how long this thing is. So I have the tape measure, and it says it's a 20 foot deck boat plus the engine transmission, and it's got Yamaha on there, which is pretty cool. But for some reason this thing is wrapped up. You can see it's kind of broken right here, so I don't know, that's kind of not good. Let's go ahead and untape this thing. It's been sitting like this for a while. Look at that. And check out, make sure we don't have engine damage, because that would not be good. The lid, we can definitely get another one, not a big deal. But what made this thing, you know, break? So it looks like something hit it and hit the intake manifold. And this intake manifold broke. So we definitely can't start this thing. Hopefully it's been covered up. Oil looks good. So I don't know about minor dents and scratches. That's kind of crazy. It definitely has engine damage then. I don't know if I want this thing anymore. Wow. That's kind of crazy. I mean, the engine looks super clean. Besides that, there's no way of really spinning it over maybe to see it's got compression. Okay, so that moves. So we definitely got compression. But I don't know. That's definitely weird. And this is unhooked, so maybe somebody tried to mess with it. Here's the seal, some kind of, oh, it was, maybe they're running it for some water. All right, that's not good. So far we have found some engine damage. Let's keep walking around this thing. So this side looks pretty good. The stickers are definitely worn out, but not too bad. Let's check out the interior. All right, so here's the interior, and the pictures look super clean. You can see that's worn out. The seats are definitely dry rotted. I don't know. Not really looking that good. This thing opens up. Oh, it's a bathroom. That's pretty cool. That opens up. It's got all the seating. The seat. These gauges kind of look worn out. There's no keys. I don't know. Let's go back here and check out this. So it's got a little laying platform right here. It's got a cover, some other stuff. It's got this little fishing table, a little live well. It's pretty cool. You can go fishing and stuff. not too bad. All of this, I don't know. Kind of having mixed feelings about this engine. This interior a little bit. So it's got a seat right here. So it fits a lot of people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fits 11 people. Not bad. But I don't know. Alright, so finally we got this thing loaded onto the trailer. That was definitely a pain. Couldn't really record because you're loading it. But jacked it up, put on some blocks, backed it up. We secured the engine. I still think it's a good deal. I'm pretty sure the engine's still fine. We can get a new cover. I already ordered an intake manifold. It's gonna come in hopefully a couple days. This piece can be all replaced. So I still think it's gonna be a good deal. We're gonna clean it up and enjoy it for the summer. Not too much work, but let's go ahead and hit the road because we got a 10-hour drive. All right, so we got an OEM intake manifold. Driving the Bronco today. This thing is actually pretty sweet. Let's go back to the shop and hopefully get this thing installed. All right, so we got the boat or the pontoon backed up in the carport because we are ready to start working on this engine. So as you can see, the intake manifold is busted. We went to our local dealer. We got it in. It wasn't cheap and there was only technically one available. So let's go ahead and see if it's the right thing. Because we definitely want to take the boat out. So there's that one. Little sensor up there, throttle body. It is looking like it's the right one. So let's go get some tools, take off this guy, and put on the new one. Alright, so we got the intake manifold off. It definitely looks like the right one. So we got to still switch over the sensor, and then everything else should plug in no problem. Oh, we got this gasket we still got to worry about. Okay, so we got this gasket we got to put on. Clean it up, make sure everything is good. Maybe we have to get a new gasket. But I was looking, and pretty much I found that this wire looks like it's cut. So we're gonna have to fix that. There's the wire in there. And then our casing on the bottom is cracked too, all the way across. So I'm gonna try to warm this up and maybe pry it back up. If that doesn't work, then we have to replace it. And that's like a winter job. That's definitely not a summer job. So let's go ahead and take off this little plastic piece, check out the damage, and go from there. Alright, so we got the little casing cover off, and everything under here looks good. So there's no cracks, it didn't hit it that far. So let's go ahead and maybe get some heat and get like a pump jack and see if we can just pump this back up into its spot. Well, I think we can. Let's go ahead, try it. Alright, so we're using the little jack, a little piece of wood to pump it up, and we cracked it. So Something definitely is not liking it. This big piece actually cracked off too. So let's go get that removed and then we'll try it again. Alright, so we got the cover actually back from the guy. He got it welded, and I put a little bit of this body rubber filler. So it's shaping out really nice, and the gap is looking good. We did have a couple pieces break, but we can get those welded back, not a big deal. It's not like this thing is structural, and we just want to use this thing. So the gap on here is looking really good too. So I think we're ready to start welding, probably this in the morning. But let's put a little bit of more body filler on this thing, or that rubber compound, so it flexes it a lot, and we'll be almost done with the lid. Alright, so we got the little pieces off, we'll grind them down, we'll put them back, and it looks like we're just gonna try to weld these back, because this is not structural, and if it doesn't turn out good in the wintertime, we'll replace this bottom piece, because you gotta take apart the whole engine, and right now we just don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and try to get this thing welded, see how this turns out, and go from there. Alright, and just like that, I got it welded. Definitely not the prettiest thing, but it's definitely structure. So let's go ahead and put everything back together, put the intake manifold back on, and then we're gonna mess with it, maybe try to start it. Alright, so I got the linkage on, it's looking good. I did notice that the knock sensor was cut, so we do have our solder sticks. This stuff works really good. Probably gonna use a red. Well, let's strip it down and figure out what color we need. Alright, so just like that, we put everything back together. It actually went together a lot easier than I thought. Everything's plug and play. We got the vacuum lines. The only thing I'm worried about is this. So this looks like the evap. Maybe that's just a vent, because this just goes down, plugs to the bottom. So maybe that just breathes, so not a big deal. And the engine spins over. Everything's looking good. The next thing we'll do is probably work on the battery, which is under this thing. Make sure all that's clean, connections. And then if that is good, we'll try to spin it over. Alright, so I found a lot of corrosion on this thing that goes on and off. So I cut it up, got the wires hooked up to positive and negative. We got some of the cluster which actually turned on. So we got power, got speaker lights are working, the courtesy lights, the mood lights are working. Let's go see if it's gonna start. The radio is not working though. Like, what the heck? But let's see if it'll start over. Ooh, it spins. Try, Richard. Let's try to spin over. Try to start it. Oh, don't let it run. We got no water hooked up, so keep going. Almost. Ooh, almost. I think we're good. In the morning I'll get some earmuffs. We'll hook up some water to this thing. I like it. Alright guys, so it's finally the time to test out the boat. Pretty much did everything we could yesterday. We double checked everything, got a new battery installed, and we got the cover painted. Not really like it was black before. I'm not liking it. Maybe I'll get the different color like this to match it, then it will kind of match. But we just got here, and yesterday was running fine, and right now this thing doesn't want to do anything. So got a new one coming. We're pretty much gonna put this thing in the water after that because it was running. Had to pump out all the old gas out. Old gas was bad, had some water in it, so we got some new gas in there. We got some sea foam in there, so it'll be clean. We're just gonna back this thing up into the water once we get that pump and go for the first rib. Alright guys, so just like that we came back from the lake and the boat did pretty good. I was surprised. We had to fix the little fuel. We got the water in the fuel, we had to get that drained. Almost killed the battery. Finally got it started, got it on the lake. It spuddled a little bit, but then it started driving good. So it rolled in the boat pretty good. On the water, it did all good, except that I think our prop is wrong on it because that was going almost like 12 miles an hour. That's it, which is pretty sad for this boat for how big the motor is. So I might have to change the prop out, but I'm pretty happy with this little quick build that we did. And I just want to give you a little price down. So we bought it for like $14,200 plus fees, so roughly it was like $15,500, a little more, 16,000 plus the trailer, another $2.5 grand, plus the little parts of the box. So roughly we're under $20,000 in this boat, and it still has a clean title, which I think came out pretty good deal. So leave us a comment down below and let us know what you guys think of the build. Was it a good deal for roughly $20K, or do you think we overpaid? And we'll catch you guys next time.